Earlier on this week, Kaizer Chiefs launched their potato chips business. A few days later, they lost to Cape Town City, which is actually a revelation of what has been happening at the club for the past 8 years. What exactly is it and what does it actually mean? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to Coast Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. Amakosi Football Club. This is a touchy subject. On the positive side, people are gonna say, oh, Kaizer Chiefs are trailblazers. They are showing everyone that it's not just about football and all of this stuff. We're a big brand, we're expanding, we're doing this and that and this and that. But right there, that's the first thing that makes you go, wait, what did you just say? What did you just say? Because you've just said Kaizer Chiefs, Amakosi Football Club. And then now you are talking about the brand. Because now, if you've noticed, the management are no longer just treating this as a football club, but they are treating it as a brand. It is a business, as Jessica Mtaung has said countless times, as Bobby Mtaung has said, as everyone has been saying. It is a business at the end of the day. So people from the other side will say, remember, this is a business. It's not just a football club. But other people will say, no, this is a football club and it should be treated as such, because if it's treated as just a brand, then that means there will be some sacrifices that will be made in favor of a brand rather than in favor of a football club. You think about it, people will say, what decisions are being made at that club? Are we making footballing decisions or are we making brand decisions? For example, if you are making a brand decision, you will be trying to save face. Take, for example, you don't want to fire Atazwane, so instead, what do? You just say he's no longer the coach, but he's still part of the technical team. You don't want to admit that, okay, footballing wise, we don't think Mlifinsegi is a good coach for Kaizer Chiefs. However, we're going to spin it off and make it seem like, oh, since he's been experienced enough and has been around the club long enough, then he can be elevated and become the club's coach. But that's covering the fact that footballing wise, we failed to approach and appoint the right coach. So now we're sacrificing the footballing decision, which would be go get us a good coach no matter what it takes. But since we're a brand and we're a business, we're making a financial decision to save the club some money and to kind of save face for the fans and for the investors and say, you know what, you've appointed someone who's used to the club, who's used to the culture, and in that way the club will look good. Appointing Atazwane, although at the time it was clear that he was not ready and you did not give him enough players to start to coach the team, it's a good thing for the brand, because we're taking a person who's a club legend and we're elevating him into being a coach. But that does not necessarily mean that's a good decision footballing wise, because when it comes to image, everyone's like, yeah, Zwane, I was happy, like I watched Zwane play for Chiefs, yeah, Zwane is coming to Chiefs, but then he failed, you get me, and you've already given him a 3-year contract. Footballing wise, that's not smart, right? I love Zwane, everyone knows that, but giving him a coach who's not been proven as a coach in a senior team, any senior team, you give him a 3-year contract, footballing wise, is not a smart decision. What if it doesn't elevate the club to where it was? Then all of a sudden you are stuck with this person on a long-term contract because you are trying to show that you have faith in him as a brand. But as a football club, you've just made not an emotional decision, but a decision that is kind of showing that you have trust in the person that you have appointed, and that makes you look good to the investors. Okay, they've hired this person and they are giving him a 3-year contract. That means our money is in safe hands. What does this have to do with this whole potato chips business? Because we thought we were talking about the potato chips. Once again, it's that thing that we are saying now. Kaizer Chiefs is expanding and in doing everything. Chips today, tomorrow maybe they will be selling TVs. Who knows? I will say this, I know people will disagree with me. Personally, I feel like football should still be a priority. Like, that's why we fell in love with Kaizer Chiefs. I know some of you will disagree with me. By all means, I'm not saying I'm the right one here. I'm just saying that To realize as I'm editing this video, I didn't ask you to subscribe, so please do subscribe to the channel, like the video and share the video with your friends. Thank you. I feel like football should be the priority. We shouldn't be prioritizing other things that might end up causing us to sacrifice the main thing or the main reason why the club was started, because I feel like there are other things that could be done that are still related to football that will make the club a lot of money. For example, you can take something like the Kaizer Chiefs TV, right? There is that thing that Chiefs is doing, but I think the rights are sold to SuperSport right now. They could terminate that, and you know what they could do? They could have their own thing, like a YouTube channel, which they're obviously not paying any attention to. And what they can do is that they can ask the fans to subscribe to the channel and pay some membership, and then they will show us exclusive footages from other things that they're doing. Other matches of the under 15s, they will be streaming on that channel and people can go and watch there. That's another revenue stream. You think about the merchandise that they're already selling. They did this thing with Pep, can continue expanding that. But if you look at it, this thing is still tied to the football club, to football. But now we're expanding to these other things that it just looks like, no, we're just a brand of Kaizer Chiefs and not necessarily a football club. And to me, it goes back to this thing that was worrying me about, that happened last year. Was it last year or 2 years back, about the European Super League? Because now it seems like fans are no longer treated as supporters of the club, but they are now treated as customers to the club. You know that the business that you have, the reason why we fell in love with you is because of football, but now you're just selling us chips, you're just selling us, I don't know, bandages, you're selling us phones eventually. I've been quiet about this because I know a lot of people obviously like this idea and they agree that it's a good thing for a big brand as Kaizer Chiefs. I don't, and people can kill me and call me names, it's fine, but I really don't think it's a good idea for a football club to start stretching and just being everywhere, because what ends up happening is that the main thing, the football, ends up suffering, and we've been suffering. Maybe you're watching this video after the MTN 8 final, Pirates or Sundowns continue winning titles, we are continuing to say, oh, we're a big brand. And you know what's worse about this is that now they get to banter and say we are Chiefs, not Chiefs. It's fine, but I don't like it. You can tell me what you think down on the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, remember, equals al pelo moya.